So at onOne, we make desktop apps, we make software to allow the photographer to save time in the workflow and to do things or achieve looks that they either can't do in Photoshop or Lightroom or things that take a long time to do. So today we have Dan Harlicker. He's a senior product manager over at onOne, and he's going to be showing off some new technology and walking through the new Perfect Photo Suite 9. Now this is still in beta. So you're going to be taking a look at a product that is currently still being developed. So there may be some glitches here and there, but the overall technology and the workflow is going to be the same. So we're really excited to show this off. onOne Software is just a small software company based down in Portland, Oregon. We've got about 35 of us down there, and our heart and soul is to make apps and software for the photographer.
Now, it's a complete photo editor. That means it can do everything from soup to nuts. It's not just a collection of plugins like Google or Topaz, but it can function like a plugin. It can work inside of the applications that you care about. So if you use Photoshop or Lightroom or Aperture, it'll plug into those as well. So it's really the best of both worlds, a standalone application with the power of a plugin. Portrait retouching is hard, and when we talk to our customers, it's kind of the #1 reason that they would still go to Photoshop. So what we said to ourselves is, gosh, there's got to be a way to make portrait retouching easier. So we built Perfect Portrait. It'll find all the faces in your scene, and then for each face that it finds, it goes through and automatically finds the eyes and the mouth. And it's not just the overall eyes, it finds the iris and the whites of the eyes, the sclera, and it finds the lips and the teeth all for you. And that allows us to then automatically retouch those areas for you. And this image only has one person in it, but if I have multiple people, there'd be a box on each face. All I do is I click on the face that I want to work on. It's going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. And you see how there's control points that automatically align up with the eyes and the mouth. Now, we do our best job to get these in the right place to start, but it's not going to be perfect every time. So you just click on the control points and adjust those to line them up where you want. There we go. That looks pretty good. Then hit the hide controls button. And I'm just going to turn the preview on and off. So that's off and on. That's just the default settings. I haven't even actually done any work yet. I can now control the amount of blemish and smoothing that's added. So the blemish slider, I've turned them off. Blemishes attacks the medium-sized things. So these are going to be large pores, fine lines, wrinkles, small acne, and will smooth those out automatically, but maintains the texture in the skin, which is important. And then the smoothing slider is kind of like powder. It'll add just a little bit of smoothing over the top of the image. And I've got to turn it pretty high here. I wouldn't use it that high normally. I tend to like a more natural looking retouch. So probably something in that range. I then have options to automatically color correct the image based on the skin color. It looks it up in libraries of hundreds of thousands of color corrected portrait images and can correct the image based on the skin color. And then I have automatic options for adjusting the eye and mouth areas. I'm just going to turn this off so you can see before and then after. I've got a more complex background. I've got a horizon line. I've got clouds that go from white to blue. This would be a much more difficult thing to mask normally. It would take some time. But watch this new quick mask tool in action. I could just brush over the background to remove it, or there's an even easier way. There's a box mode where I just draw a box over what I want to keep. I just draw it over her. I hit the return key, and it figures everything else out for me, just like that. I dropped out the whole background. Where there's a clean edge, I have a nice clean results, and then where it's a little more difficult in the hair, that's where I'll use the refine brush. The refine brush has been brought over wholesale from Perfect Mask, and it is a perfect 1-2 punch. I use the quick mask tool first, then the refine brush after that. And all you do is just brush over. It looks at the colors in the background, the colors in the foreground, and automatically figures out which ones to keep and which ones to get rid of, just like that. I paint over it, and it does all the hard work. I'm just going to use a tone enhancer, and I'm just going to darken the image. This is darkening the entire scene, but what I really want to do is just darken the background. So I can then grab the quick mask tool, and I'm just going to paint loosely over where I want the effect to not affect. So I'm just going to paint right over the foreground. I'll paint over dad, I'll paint over mom, we'll paint over the daughters, and when I let go, it'll automatically find out their shapes and mask them out in a single step, just like that. So now you see as I adjust that brightness slider up or down, it's only affecting the background and it's leaving them out. Let's talk next about Perfect Effects. Perfect Effects is probably my favorite module of the suite. It's the one I use the most. It gives you hundreds of built-in presets plus over 20 different filters that are completely adjustable, and all the tools to mask in effects where you want them. It gives you the power to take your image from the ordinary to the extraordinary. It includes tools for popular HDR and retro vintage looks. It also gives you all sorts of textures and backgrounds and borders and frames that you can add to your images as well. So the Perfect Photo Suite 9 is coming in beta form in October. The final version ships at the end of October. We offer free training and webinars. There's monthly customer loyalty rewards for all of our customers. Those are books or presets or texture packs that you can add on. You also get free updates for the life of the products. For Suite 9, I guarantee you there's going to be a Suite 9.5 sometime in the middle of the year. We're going to get great new features and you're not going to have to pay for that update. We also offer free US and UK based technical support. They're great guys to call if you have questions. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all of our products. So if you get it and you don't find it as useful as we do, we'll give you your money back.